You did it to me the other day too. I was like, I don't want to work out. And you're like, if you worked out every day, only on the days you wanted to, you never work out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, geez, okay.
I don't know. Did I say that specifically? Because I know I've said those are the days that count.
I think you said both to me.
Yeah, I probably said both. Because again, anyone can go to the gym and work out whenever they want to work out. Anyone can do that.
They can. Hey, I'm Jess, host of the Fuel Your Awesome podcast. I overcame an eating disorder in my early 20s with a mix of faith and empowered eating. Now, I get to partner with food and fitness to create this energy level that can keep up with everything I value, like being a mama, a wife, and a champion for amazing humans like you. The best part, we are flipping the script on what aging healthy looks like, embracing grit, grace, and contagious confidence. Here, nutrition science meets mindset glow-ups to create a health approach that amplifies every area of your life. I have always believed health should be a launching pad, not a glass ceiling, and I'm here to help you make that shift too. This isn't a quick fix, my friend. It's your weekly recharge. Think audio coffee with an edge, served by me and my expert guests to challenge the status quo of health and empower you to fuel your awesome. Hey friend, I'm so glad you're joining us today. I have an extra special guest. I'm bringing my husband on the show. And if you guys have been listening for a while, he's actually been on the show before. And it's not really his favorite thing, which is why he's not on here often, but I roped him into doing it again. And I brought him on because he has taught me two things. Well, he's taught me a lot of things, but two things primarily. Number one, he's really taught me how to be confident. And I can honestly say the confidence I carry today was started and kickstarted by him. But the second thing he has taught me that has just absolutely changed my relationship with food and fitness and how I want to age and take care of my body is this idea of discipline and really identifying the difference between discipline and rigidity. And I thought it'd be a great time to bring him on the show as we kick off the new year because we're coming off the holiday season and most of us are like ready for a salad. Like we just are done eating the sugar cookies. We need some healthy food back in our life. And I think it's a pivotal moment where we can really start to engage with our health intentionally and set ourselves up for a long-term health shift and make this year the healthiest year we've ever had. But in order to do that, we have to be able to implement discipline and be careful that we're not operating in rigidity. So I wanted him to come on the show and talk about it. No one better than my sweet husband. Babe, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You're welcome. I don't know. There's probably better people, but I appreciate the intro. Thank you.
We are here. You've taken a break from football. It's going on right now.
Yep, I was watching football. Now I'm here.
I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much. You and I are so different.
Very different.
Like, I love that saying, I'm spaghetti, you're waffles. Have you heard that before?
I've never heard that before.
Oh, well, now you have.
No.
Don't you think that's true for us?
Yes.
Like, you are so structured and organized.
I am, yeah. I mean, you are to some degree, but not like I am.
No. I'm like the kind of organized where you're like, babe, where are your keys? And I can remember which third purse I put them in on that day, but it's never in the same spot where you're like, I have the same spot for the keys.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
There's only one spot.
Yes, there's only one spot for the keys.
I love this about you, though, and I knew you were like this from the beginning of our marriage because I'll never forget it. Remember we were in our tiny apartment, like our 500 square foot apartment?
Of course. Uh-huh.
We had these like deodorants. They were unisex. It was like the salt sticks, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you remember this?
Yes, of course I remember
Okay, you
this.
tell your side of it before. I'm going to tell my side and then I want you to tell your side.
Let's just keep it simple. My toiletries always have a specific spot. And by specific spot, meaning, and I don't know why, but they have specific spacing between each item.
Like
yes.
Spacing between them?
Yes, some spacing between them. I'm a lot better now. We can get into that later. But yeah, everything has a specific spacing in between. So the deodorant specifically was a screw-on cap, and it always had to be screwed on correctly, not cross-threaded. And then the label always had to be facing out next to my toothbrush.
Properly spaced between the other items in the toiletry cabinet.
Well, I didn't measure it, but I knew roughly about how far apart it was.
So my brain doesn't operate this way at all.
No, not at all.
As you know, you open up my medicine cabinet and it's like just everything shoved in there. Mm-hmm. But I know what's in there. Mm-hmm. There's no structure to it. So we were in our tiny 500 square foot apartment and all of a sudden he's like, babe, Did you use my deodorant?
Yep. I open it up and it's cross-threaded and the label's not facing out.
I thought it was hilarious and also horrified that you knew. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you've always had this part of your personality that likes things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely say it became more prominent in your personality when you became a cop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it had to.
Yep. Specifically, more so when I got on SWAT. It was a lot.
Which you should be when you carry a gun and that level of responsibility.
Well, because we're on call 24/7, and at any moment,
you
can get called out and don't know exactly what you're being called out to.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had various types of, called it kit, for different missions. So if we have to do a barricade, a hostage rescue, or if we have to do an open field
What's a kit?
search, that it's just an overall term for the gear that we're carrying for a specific mission. And so because we have different types of kits, it's got to be, they each have a specific purpose. And each one has various items, and they have to be ready to go at any time. And so I had to be ready to go.
When I married you, you already had that personality, that characteristic about
Mm-hmm.
you. And I've always been like an organized mess, always. But I do think some of my experiences like made me steer farther away from structure and discipline. I mean, when I met you, I had just come out of my eating disorder. And I wouldn't even say I was out of it. Like I had stopped the behaviors because I had been studying abroad in Australia. And when I was out there, I was like, this is crazy. Like I cannot manage food this way anymore. I felt terrible. So I made a vow to myself to stop engaging in those behaviors. Now, I still had some work like mentally and emotionally to do, which I did once I came back. But when I met you, I had just decided like I couldn't act that way with food anymore and exercise. And so it was almost like at that point I decided I was allergic to anything structured with food and exercise. And then you, being who you are, and then shortly after we got married, you became a cop, and that structured and disciplined part of you started to ramp up. So it's kind of like you and I were going in opposite directions on this topic in the first few years of our marriage. Would you agree?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you kind of went extreme because you think a little extreme.
No.
Or you're one way before, and not being able to find that middle ground, you went the complete opposite way.
Yeah. There was a pivotal shift in my relationship with discipline. And it was actually when I was pregnant with our oldest, Bruin. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to work out. I was like, oh, it was so hard. I mean, working out when you're pregnant's really hard. And I didn't have like a routine. I, at that point, was still like exercising when I wanted to, and it felt good. And I think there was a season I had to go through with that, and I had to live in that world for quite a while. But being pregnant, there was a very clear difference between how I felt when I moved my body and when I didn't move my body. And you observed that. And so I remember we lived in the mountains at the time. I was like laying on the couch and I was all, I don't want to work out. It's so much work. And I was kind of whining about it. And you just looked at me and you were like, you'll feel better if you do. Why don't you just go outside and like do what you can? And the way you couched it to me was so beautiful, because it was like pointing out, babe, you're going to feel better if you do. Like, put your big girl pants on and go do it. But there was no like requirement for exercise. It was like, just go outside and do the best you can. And so I remember thinking, well, actually I was kind of annoyed with you at first because I hate being told what to do. But so I went out, I did it, and I came back and I did feel better. And it started to open up this idea that maybe this idea of discipline and committing to things, even when I don't feel like doing them, could help me in the long run. It started to shift at that moment. So I want to talk a little bit about discipline with you, because you've always had it. And I would say, like, as you became a SWAT team guy, that's not right. What are you? A SWAT team officer?
Member, part of the SWAT team, on the SWAT, whatever you want to say.
Certified badass is what I say.
We'll say that.
As you engaged in that training, your discipline went up. But after our first son was born, that's when you really started to pull discipline into your health journey.
Yep.
Can you talk to me a little bit about your view on discipline and why it changed in that season of your life? Like, why did you decide to start pulling that in your health journey at that point in time?
It had everything to do with Bruin, our oldest. Whenever I realized I was going to be a dad, I started thinking about, well, what kind of dad do I want to be? What kind of example do I want to be for Bruin? And he's eventually going to get older. So how do I want to be as far as health-wise? And it just was a nightmare of mine thinking that, oh, it's a possibility to be a dad that is too tired to play with their kids. I love to hunt. That's like not going to be able to go on the mountain with him, not going to be able to keep up with him whenever he gets older, not being able to do physical things. And that's just kind of a nightmare for me. I never wanted to be a dad like that. And so that's what it was about. It was like, well, what kind of person do I want to be? And so if I want to be this type of person for my kids and to carry on through as long as I can, as long as I'm living, I need to start now. I need to start doing something about it right now. And so that's really where, my physical discipline kicked off.
Yeah. Yeah, and you flipped a switch because you worked out a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I wasn't out of shape, but it was like, I don't know, I'll work out once or twice this week. Maybe I'll have a good week and then take a week off, or this is something I'm going to do on a regular basis all the time.
You signed up for CrossFit after, I think it was when I was pregnant with Bruin.
Yep.
You came home, and I was like annoyed with it.
Yeah.
Actually, at first, because you did start prioritizing it and starting to build some of your routine around exercise. And I think at that point, I was still working through maybe my own relationship with exercise. And so I was projecting some of that on you. But you stuck to it. You started doing it.
Yep.
You kind of dove into it. Did you ever have, like when you started, did you have days you didn't want to? Did you have...
Oh, yeah. I still have days I don't want to work out.
So how do you get yourself to do it then? Because you are so disciplined now.
Because you can't rely on your emotions and how you're feeling. Because if you do that, you're never going to get anything done. It's easy to go to the gym and work out whenever you're in a good mood and you're feeling great. You had a good night's sleep. You listen to the motivational song or motivational speech. Anyone can get up and do that. But that's not what makes a difference. So you can't rely on those emotions. You just got to do it.
Commit to it.
Just commit to it.
It's so simple.
It is, but I get how it isn't. So one of the things that I use in my head, and I have over the past several years, and this is actually something when I first got on SWAT. I think I heard it on an audiobook. I don't remember which book it was exactly. But he called it the 3-foot rule. Have I told you about this?
No.
I'm really deathly afraid of heights.
Okay.
I hate heights.
I knew that about you.
And so on SWAT, we would always do rappelling on tall skyscrapers out of our helicopter. I absolutely hated it. It was terrifying to me.
You like wouldn't sleep the night before.
No, because I was thinking about the whole picture.
Yeah.
And this audiobook that I listened to, you called it the 3-foot rule, where if you think about the entire picture, you're going to fail. So you've got to think about what is 3 feet in front of you, what can you control at this moment right now. So the way I interpreted that for rappelling, for instance, it's like I can't think about that I am going to be hanging from this rope on the top of a skyscraper. I can't think of that. All I can say is the way I'm going to do this is it's easy to take 1 foot forward. So hook up my rappel harness. I just need to take a step forward. That's all I got to do. Okay, now take another step and another step. Then I'm on the edge. Okay, now I'm on the edge. So what can I control that's 3 feet in front of me? Oh, my next step is now I got to turn around and turn my back to the drop. But now I can't think about that. All I got to think about is just turning around. That's it. Okay, so then what am I in control of next? What's the next 3-foot zone? Oh, well, now I got to start to lean back to get tension on the rope. So I can't think about the drop. I just got to think about leaning back. That's it. Just one step at a time.
Yeah.
Then once I lean back and there's tension on the rope, okay, well, now what do I got to do? Now I got to set my feet. So then I set my feet. And then it's starting to release the tension so I can rappel down. But that's the only way I could get over it. Is I couldn't think about the scary drop or the heights.
Yeah.
I had to think about one step at a time. So it's the same thing with working out now. Like, yes, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't feel good. I'm unmotivated, but that's not what matters. What's in my 3-foot rule? Well, my 3-foot rule is, well, it's easy to put on my shoes. So I'll just put my shoes on. Well, it's easy to put on my hoodie, whatever I'm going to wear to the gym. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
It's easy to walk to the truck. I'll go walk to the truck. It's easy to drive. I'm just driving. That's all I'm doing, driving to the gym. Okay, I'm at the gym. Okay, can't think about the workout. It's easy to walk. I'm just going to go walk into the gym.
You're like absolutely being 100%
Yep.
present is what you're doing.
That's it. That's all it is.
Wow.
And even whenever I'm there, it's like, okay, I'm there, but I can't think about, oh, I don't want to work out. It's like, well, just do your first rep. It's easy to do. Anyone can just do one rep.
Yeah.
So you just do one rep, and then another one, and then another one. And then eventually you're just there. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
And then my mind will just be like, okay, I'm here. And then I'm in the zone.
And then you start getting into it.
And then I'm ready to go. Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking about just being mindful and being present, which is so interesting because when I talk to people about food, that's like the number one thing is learning to just be mindful and present. I love that. So that's how you keep yourself motivated. Or I wouldn't even say motivated.
Not motivated.
Committed.
Yeah, that's how I keep myself from doing it. Mm-hmm.
That's your discipline
Yep.
factor.
And then eventually it gets into where it's no longer a battle of, oh, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? It's just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if I had that feeling where I'm like, oh man, I don't feel like working out, I don't really have to think about all those steps anymore because now that's just what I do.
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
It's just your rhythm.
It's just my rhythm. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you not fall into rigidity? Or do you think at some points along your discipline journey you have fallen into rigidity?
Yes.
Let's talk through this because I think this is where, at least me with my background of disordered eating, has always been more afraid of discipline because I don't want to go into rigidity.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear that in my clients I talk to all the time. It's like they're afraid to commit to something because they're going to prioritize it to a level that makes them operate in rigidity and it starts to impact and color other things that they value in their life. So can you talk me through like how have you like fallen over into rigidity and then how did you pull yourself back?
Well, you've helped me out with this a lot because your overall concept as a dietitian is overall health. So what is important to you? What are your values in life? Mm-hmm. So exercise might be one of them, but we got to think what's most important to you and I, what's most important to me, and it's our family and the time we get together, my relationship with you. So times I was rigid. I was putting my discipline of working out over like how that's affecting you or how that's affecting our boys or
our time together.
Yes, our time together.
Yeah.
So like specific things I can think about is before we go on a road trip or camping, and this was probably, I don't think we did it this year, but it was last year. I remember before we left on a camping trip, it was always like, well, I got to get to the gym before we leave. Mm-hmm. Remember? And so I'm like, I need to do this in the morning before we go.
Of course, I remember.
And that was my priority.
Yeah.
But the issue with that was I was super stressed out having to get over there real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'm worried that, I need to get this done quick. Mm-hmm. But I have a hard time like being on a time crunch when I work out because everything has to be exactly how I want it to be in my head. So I have to warm up the exact way. Like there's certain times I need to spend on exercises. And I know you would be irritated. So in the back of my head, it was just this battle. And by the time I got home, you were irritated with me because you wanted to get on the road, but I had to get this thing done. And then I was stressed out because then, there's a lot of things we got to do before we leave and go camping. So I was grumpy.
Oh, it made for
I was super grumpy.
We were so grumpy getting out of town.
Yeah, we're fighting and I'm yelling at the boys because they're not on my level. And it was just bad overall. Yeah. And so, yes, I had to work out, but after a while, it was like, what am I doing? Yeah. Like, this isn't who I want to be. Yeah. It's like, this isn't healthy. Sure, it's physically healthy, but it's not. I don't like who I am right now. Yeah. I don't like fighting with you. I don't like yelling at the boys. Why am I stressed out? We're about to go camping as a family.
Right. It should be fun.
This isn't worth it.
And calm. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a specific example I could think of.
So then did you stop working out before we left? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, this last camping season, I don't think I ever did before we left. No, I don't Maybe once or twice, but it was if I did, I think I was more aware of how I was being. Yeah. And we're just like, I need to just change my attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. On the flip side, I think some of the other times that you maybe have like dabbled over into rigidity, you've been so great about just like being open to it and open to the feedback. Like the other one was when you started.
What do you mean by that?
Like you started intermittent fasting. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
And I was so irritated because you know how I feel about intermittent fasting. I'm not a huge fan of intermittent fasting because really the science shows that the best benefits from fasting come when you rest from eating between like 8 and 12 hours, which is like sleeping. I'm like, just sleep. It's a very natural circadian rhythm we already have set up. But anyways, that's beside the point. You were doing intermittent fasting, and at first you were like not going to eat dinner with us because it was going to impact your fasting window or your eating window.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I just looked at you. I was like, really? This is how we're going to have family dinner? And I like right away you were like, oh, okay. No, I won't do it this way. I'll shift my fasting so that it doesn't impact our family. And I think you just started moving it to the morning and then didn't do it at night.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you had the discipline, but what I've always appreciated about you is you have a self-awareness and willingness to see when it might be tipping over into rigidity, and then you correct it.
Right.
Or you fix it. You adjust it.
And that's credit to you.
Oh, thanks,
The
babe.
original question, that's how it is, just because I'm married to you. Because it is such a value of yours, and that's really your concept of being a dietitian.
Flexibility.
Is flexibility.
Yeah.
And putting your values intertwined with also your exercise.
Yeah.
And so if it wasn't for you, like that wouldn't be me. I would be super selfish.
Oh, thanks,
with
babe.
that stuff.
That's why God put us together.
That's why. Yep.
You're the yin to my yang. You really are. But I think so much, again, my personality is the flexible, fun. Like I like to do things spontaneously. But at the end of the day, if I don't have discipline and implement some of these things intentionally, it impacts my values. I mean, when I was pregnant, I was so glad you invited me to be more disciplined with my workout routine because it really did change my energy levels throughout my entire pregnancy. And then you invited me into CrossFit and got me into that. And now you left me.
I left you.
I know. You don't do it anymore. I still love it. But again, it was like actually starting to just play with that discipline and not be so afraid of it.
Yep.
But I think seeing you be disciplined, almost, I don't want to even say fail, but my brain's extreme, so I think of fail. But almost like discipline, taking it too far, going into rigidity, being able to pull it back, like seeing you fluctuate on that and see how like it was okay. At the end of the day, it was all okay. Yes. Nobody got hurt.
No.
Nothing terrible happened.
No.
I think at the bottom line there is this idea that like we don't have to get it perfect.
No, we don't. Definitely don't have to. But you definitely have to be self-aware as a person of who you are. And if you start to fall along the lines of that rigidity, is really being able to take a step back, do your best on a daily basis, is not on a weekly basis, and tell yourself, like, is this who I want to be? Am I being the kind of person I want to be? Yeah.
Am I able to show up in the world the way I want to show up? People do ask you a lot. They're like, how do you do what you do? Because you are in gnarly shape. You're in great shape. So I'm just thinking if it was like Jess a few years ago coming up to you saying, I want to get in better shape. Like, what are the first steps I should take? How would you communicate implementing discipline without going so far into rigidity? Do you know how you would do that? I know that's a hard question. I didn't put that on our question list.
You did not. Because I've had people ask me in the gym, because, we're pretty much in our 40s and we do look like we're 30.
Yes.
We look great.
It's my goal to always look.
I've had people ask me, like, I want to look like you. What do I do? And my answer is, well, you're doing it. You're here, right?
Oh, wow.
It's like, yeah, I'm here too. It's like, I just been doing it for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And then I would ask, how long have you been doing this? Usually the answer is like a few months or maybe a year. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well.
You're doing it.
You're doing it. You're here. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. There's no secret sauce. There's no magic. It's showing up and just doing the work.
It's just showing up.
It's so good, babe.
Yep.
And I think as a woman who is highly emotional, as you know.
Yes, I do know.
It's who I am. Part of me really has struggled to just grasp that very simple concept of just show up and do the work and keep showing up and doing the work, whether that's in the gym or with your food or in your business or in your home life, like whatever that's in, that's really what it comes down to. And that's the discipline part, is like continuing to show up. But someone like me who just feels things on such a big level, like if I don't feel like I'm getting where I want to be, or I'm comparing myself to someone else, or like old me, it can be really hard to just do that. But what I'm really taking away from what you're saying today is this idea of the 3-foot rule. Is that what it was?
Yes.
The 3-foot rule, like just staying within your 3-foot radius.
Yes.
What's in front of me and what's the next right thing to do.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so funny. That's what we talk about all the time with clients is like if you get it wrong or you mess up or your biofeedback tells you the last meal you ate wasn't the best meal for you, we don't overthink it. We don't go crazy or have to like punish ourselves or rebound. No, you just do the next right thing. Mm-hmm. Like what's ahead of you and what could you do?
Yep.
I love that. Okay, so going into the new year and setting ourselves up, we're going to do the next right thing. We're going to stay within our 3-foot radius. How does that look for you? Are you doing anything different this year?
I don't think so. I don't have anything planned that I'm going to do differently. Like, are you asking, do I have a goal set?
Mm-hmm. You don't, huh?
I have such a hard time setting goals. It's so weird. I just do. I don't know.
But that's your discipline side.
I know
that's
it is
my
because
point.
That's for me. It's so hard because I'm just kind of like, well, I can't even think about that.
I'm here right now.
I'm here right now, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep showing up every day, the best I can in all areas of my life.
But this is why you're
And
so
then
good
God's
at
gonna
discipline.
provide.
That's
And
so
things
good.
are gonna happen, and I to say that, and you know that as long as you've known me, you've always
I
tried
know.
to get me to set goals, and I'm just like, ugh. And I hate New Year's resolutions. Because I'm like, why would you set a New Year's resolution when you can just do something right now? Why do you have to wait for the new year?
I mean, you're not wrong. This is why I wanted to talk to you about discipline because you have it. And you have it not because there's something new or sparkly in front of you. You have it because you want to be able to show up every day as the best version of you. You know, it was rooted in your values system of being the dad and the husband you wanted to be, having the energy levels you wanted to have. And even in your career, I mean, I remember for a long time you said, I don't want to be a cop that people look at and think he couldn't catch me. Like you wanted to be a cop that had a presence and provided this aura of safety to those that you were around. So it was so deeply rooted in your value system that it's just become who you are. So yeah, you don't set goals, you just do. It's great.
I know.
It's so great. Okay, so what would you say or what advice would you give to someone like me who used to be afraid of discipline because it felt rigid?
Again, it's just something you've taught me, and I'm sure you've told your listeners many, many times, where you've got to blend it with what's important to you also in life. And it comes down, it's not a perfect answer. It's really going to be a continual thing of having to look at yourself and say, am I actually adhering to my values? Like, yes, it's important to be healthy. It's important to be in shape. But is that causing me to be not a good person to everybody else?
Yeah.
And you're not going to succeed all the time. You're going to have moments of failure in all aspects, but you have to just continue to be self-aware and adjust if you need to, adjust accordingly.
Yeah, that's so good.
I think it's just the way life is in general.
Yeah, it applies to workouts and everything else.
Everything else in life.
Yeah.
Things are going good, and then all of a sudden some obstacle can come in your way.
Yeah.
Something terrible. And it's like, how are you going to adjust to this? What's in front of you?
Yeah. That's so good. Yeah. So rigidity is inflexible and perfectionistic. It's often rooted in fear or control, where discipline is intentional, values driven, and allows for adaptation. Like that's really at the heart of this. Now, we started this whole chat with the discussion about the deodorant, which is super rigid, by the way.
Yep.
Super rigid.
I get it.
Now, you're not like that anymore, or are you? And you just...
Not as bad.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not as extreme. I mean, we've been married for almost 18 years.
Not to be confused with 20, which I was like fighting with you about yesterday.
I know. I don't know where your head was at.
I think I'm just excited to turn 20.
I think so. But after so many years of being married to you, it's kind of, I just had to basically tell myself, okay, you're never going to be that kind of person that I am.
No, it's not
Never.
who I am. Nope.
No matter how many times I can say, hey, stay on your side of the bathroom. There's an invisible line between your sink and my sink. Stay on your side. Like, I just understand your brain just does not work that way.
Nope.
whatsoever.
I think my straightener's on your side of the sink right now. It probably is. As we speak.
It probably is. So I just had to learn that. That's just not who you are. And so you live here too. So I just got to get over it. Mm-hmm. And then even more so with kids. Once you have kids, like everything gets turned upside down.
Oh my gosh.
Especially boys. Our 2 boys are absolutely crazy.
Well, yeah. And I mean, bringing it back to the values piece, you were able to let that go because it wasn't in alignment with your values. Mm-hmm. Because if you continue to operate on that level of rigidity, like the deodorant situation, you would not be a compassionate, loving father that you are. You would constantly, or husband. Yeah, you'd be constantly yelling at us. Because our boys are wild and they are messy.
Yep.
And they're everywhere. I mean, our oldest, he loves little things. And every time we turn around, there's like a little collection of tiny things somewhere, and we'll ask him to pick it up, and he's got a reason that they're there. He's like, no, that's my dog's test that he's studying for. And we're like, what?
No, it's a piece of paper on the floor.
I know, it's a piece of trash. But I think, like, to the point, though, is that you value being a dad and a husband above anything else, even above your personality quirks. And so you've been able to check that part of you and go keep your discipline for good, not evil.
Yeah.
But it's because it's all been value driven.
Yep. I'm not perfect at it.
Well, nobody is.
Yeah. I mean, I still have my moments where I get upset about things, little things like that, and tell you certain stuff, passive aggressive comments. And afterwards I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. It's not that big of a deal. But it's hard sometimes. It's so hard for me sometimes.
Oh, I love you, babe.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but I think, again, like that's your personality gravitates towards the more disciplined side. Mine gravitates more towards the flexibility side, and I've had to work on that too. I've had to work to implement discipline. Oh, yeah. Like our boys do better with discipline and structure, and that's really hard for me. So, for example, in the mornings, you are so good. You get up, you make them breakfast. It's like a very balanced breakfast. They know what to expect. But sometimes when mom's in charge, it's like,
oh, I know.
What are we doing today?
I can't even think about it.
I know. It drives you crazy.
If I'm out of town for work, it's hard for me to think about what's happening in the mornings.
Oh, I know. It's all over the place. But to your credit, though, like I have had to learn how to be more structured for them because they respond better behaviorally if they know what to expect. And breakfast is set out the same as it always is. I mean, it's when I start getting kind of loosey-goosey about stuff is when they start to act out or start to push the boundaries. And I think I've seen that in my own life too. It's like if I can maintain discipline in my physical fitness routine, it really does give me more freedom later on. Like it really does. It allows me to feel better. But man, if I were going off my old emotions and how I feel, if I hadn't pulled that in, I mean, every week would look a little different. Every week. You did it to me the other day, too. I was like, I don't want to work out. And you're like, if you worked out every day, only on the days you wanted to, you'd never work out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, geez, okay.
I don't know. Did I say that specifically? Because I know I've said those are the days that count. Whenever you're like, I don't want to work out. Well, those are the days that count.
I think you said both to me.
Yeah, I've probably said both. Because, again, anyone can go to the gym and work out whenever they want to work out. Anyone can do that.
They can. So I'm thinking about the folks listening and just some like key takeaway moments for them or key takeaway points. So absolutely the 3-foot radius. Like do what's
3-foot rule.
3-foot rule. Oh, I'm thinking radius. See, I'm already thinking in a more multi-dimensional way than you think.
It's the same concept.
Same concept. 3-foot
rule.
3-foot rule. What's 3 feet in front of you? What's that next thing you can do? That's one. Number 2 would be like, don't be afraid of getting it wrong. I think that was something you really taught me was if I'm going to implement discipline, I might get it wrong some days. And this is not a life or death situation. Like I had people like you and my friends, I had people in my corner helping to guide me so that I didn't dip all the way back into rigidity. And I think you've done that too, right? You have me saying, no, you can't intermittent fast for family dinner. Like you got to have family dinner with us.
Right.
And then 3, just really having your values be the forefront of what you do. And I will say this is something I'm super proud of that we do, babe. You and I are so value rooted. And we've been doing it, this is our 3rd year in a row we set family values?
Yep. This will be year 3.
Year 3. Every year you and I pick 5 family values that we decide to focus on with our boys and within ourselves. And that really sets the tone for where we're going to implement discipline in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, which was your biggest one from last year? Yours was probably the faith forward
Yeah,
one.
that's probably, yeah.
Because where'd you pull discipline in with that one?
Oh, just reading the Bible every day.
And you've done it every day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every single day.
Yep. And that's what it was. Because at the beginning of the year, I wasn't where I am now. Not even close.
No.
As far as my faith.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close. But it just, my disciplined mindset kicked in. And it was like, if I want to make a change and I truly want to make this a part of our family value like we've agreed on, then I have to be disciplined about this. I have to actually take steps to improve my faith. I got to do something about it.
Yeah.
Or nothing's going to happen whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I just told myself she need to get up 30 minutes earlier, which I was always getting up at 5:30 every morning. Mm-hmm. And then I changed it to 5 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to read every day.
And so much came from that.
So much.
Wow.
So much. Mm-hmm.
That's so great.
And it's weird because it's hard to even look back and say, oh, I got something out of that day or this day or that day. There's days I read, and it seems like it happens more often than not. And I'm like, I don't even know what I got out of that or what happened. Mm-hmm. But things are happening. Mm-hmm. And then to parallel it with the gym, it's such a process. Like if you can go work out 1 day, 2 days, and you don't really see a change. Mm-hmm. Several weeks, you don't see a change. Mm-hmm. A month, you might not see a change. But after, you're getting into 2 or 3 months, you're starting to see that change. Mm-hmm. And you can't look back and say, oh, it was that one workout or it was that one time. So that's how it's been with my faith and my reading. It's like I can't really point to one specific thing, but stuff just started happening.
Yeah.
Over time. Like my faith and my mind started transforming.
Yeah.
And so it was like, wow, this does work. Who knows, 10 years down the road. Just like these people at the gym that ask me, I want to look like you. It's like, well, just keep doing it. I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, I think, the key when it comes to discipline is just having it be values-led. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's values-led, you have that litmus test to constantly check, okay, is this helping me live out my value more, or is it starting to impact or color other areas of my life in a negative way? It's that easy litmus test. What I always say to clients and what I say to myself is this. Is this adding more to my life than it's taking away? Yeah. And if you don't have the right answer there, it's not in alignment with your values. Mm. If it is, do it. Show up and do it. Period.
Okay. That's good.
That's my 3-foot rule. Baby, thank you so much for coming on today. Are you going to do this with me again?
If you ask me, I will do it again with you.
I'm asking you.
Yes, I'll do it again with you.
I love you.
I love you too.
I am so glad you stopped by. I know you're leaving today with so much insight, but let's make it actionable. Take a moment right now to choose one key takeaway and write it down. Putting it in writing is the first step to making it happen. And remember, it's small, consistent changes that spark the biggest health transformations. If you're ready to dive in deeper into empowered eating, check out the show notes for free resources and details on how to connect with me and the Empowered Eating team. If today's episode lit a spark, my friend, I'd be so grateful if you'd share the love. Leave a review and tag me on social media at JessBrownRD. By spreading the message, it helps us reach even more people who need empowered eating in their life. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're always in the loop. Until next time, my friend, I hope you have a beautiful day. Cheers and happy eating.